Great 360 turn from Sen to keep his balance, stay in the point. Well, that's definitely the best rally that we've seen so far on the 9th point. That was very well developed by both players and adding a little bit more sting into their play. That was just too deep for Sen to recover. So 5-4. Longest rally of the match, 36 shots. And a taste of things to come. Always takes these opening points just to settle down into a rhythm, especially in singles.
5-4.
Doubles, really, the tempo gets dictated immediately.
Service over. 5-4. 6-5.
3 point given away there by Tze Yong. Another 360 recovered well by Sen. It had to go wrong at some point. That's another unconventional point. You don't usually see points like that. Players completely out of position, and at some point it was going to go long. Sen just contesting that, even though it was pretty obvious he was not his usual pattern of play. Get out of that usual rhythm, and errors are that much more easy. But credit to him, that's 2 360 turns we've seen. It really confuses your body position, and he's recovered well from both of them. But we finally see a break in points, and Tze Yong has a 2-point lead. And that's a great winner.
9-6.
Close and to the backhand side.
Sets over. 7-9.
And that's a wonderful winner too. Both adept at shot making. Great cross court. That's wide, no challenge coming. It's pretty clear he was right there. So as we approach the mid-game interval, and Tze Yong just edging ahead. So hard to defend, block that body shot. And we're not quite there yet. Sen just apologizing for that net tumble. But even without the tumble, He was in full control of that point, and he wants to go in ahead at the mid-game interval.
Serves over, 11-10 interval.
So Tze Yong goes in ahead after another length goes long for Lakshya Sen. As I said, both of these players looking to still kickstart their 2023. First two events, Malaysia and India, didn't go too well for them. So a quarter-final berth here would be very welcome. And of course, if they can take it even further, get into semi-final Saturday, well, that would be great for them.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, return to the chair. 11-10. Play. Serves over, 11-all.
So Sen now dictating how these points are being played out. Tze Yong again falling back into a more passive pattern, which isn't advisable.
12-11.
If you do that, a player like Sen will keep moving forward. The shots will get bigger and bigger. Best way to play him is really fight him exactly the same way. Nice kill.
12-all.
So just that 3-point lead that we saw earlier for Tze Yong, and that's of course been rubbed out now.
Serves over.
And after that wonderful 36-shot rally,
12.
pattern of play has got a little bit more messy.
Serves over. 13-all.
Just patchy from both of them now. Looking for big winners, looking for the outright winners, but still trying to keep it flat enough. At least both players are aware of how dangerous they are. That one just not left high enough. Tze Yong was looking to play that behind Sen, but instead left it too short, right in the hitting zone, and that's what he's been trying to avoid. Sen's never been able to pull away more than a point. This is going to be important for him. Great backhand clear from Tze Yong. Great drop shot as well. Oh, his footwork was failing, and Sen saw that. Just was losing a few steps. Tze Yong at the end of that point was caught out at the end of it. Footwork so crucial. Want to keep that momentum of the point going, and so a 2-point lead for Sen now.
Floor assistant. Floor assistant. Excuse me.
So as the court gets wiped down, that was really well pounced on by Lakshya Sen. Both players, as I said, willing to play out the rallies. They're competent enough in defense, adequate enough in attack. So really, it's just when. It's about the timing of it. And as soon as he saw that footwork failing, he knew he could go to the forehand side. Oh, great kill. Backhand kill, cross court from Tze Yong. Planned that well. There's the big smash, runs forward. And the leap at the end. That was a pretty crucial point for Tze Yong to win as well.
Serves over. 16.
He's not so happy. Tze Yong with his net replies. That was very weak.
4-7. 17-14.
So Sen now has not only got his first three-point lead of the game, but at what a time in the game. He's turning on the Jets. Oh, nice to see a bit of tempo increase and pressure coming in from Tze Yong, because I think he knew how important that was. Lakshya Sen had that feeling, almost like blood in the water at 17-15. He was trying to kill this point. And then that was a good patch of pressure there, right to the body. Testing out Sen's defense.
15-17.
Well left. Very well left.
18-15.
All is not lost for Tze Yong if he can just win these next 2 points. That would be enough for him to try and tie it up. Errors like that or outright winners.
16-18.
He'll take both of them. Well, they've been a great few points that we've seen so far with these kills at the net. Neither player wanting to play out these net exchanges. Immediately snatched. To make sure that racket doesn't cross the plane of the net. And this is a good opportunity for Lakshya Sen.
17-19.
Nice response, steep and down the line from Tze Yong.
Thank you.
And as so often happens in badminton, just the points become more important, and this, by far, the key point in this first game.
6-10.
That's why challenge absolutely guarantee coming. Again, I think it's 50-50. Very quick shot, didn't really get that much of a look at it. It looked like it was playing a bit wide. Might have just caught the outside of the line. No, it was far too wide. Out.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 18-19.
Oh, this should give some confidence to Tze Yong. And it's a mistake that ties it up. He's trying to be too delicate. And that's another mistake, so two
20, game point,
absolutely
19.
critical mistakes. Lakshya Sen and Tze Yong with a game point. And that's a wonderful way to win that game.
First game,
Cross-court drop shot.
21-19.
So 21-19 to the lower ranked player in just 19 minutes. Completely wrong-footed Sen there. So Tze Yong with 1 foot, maybe half a foot, you should say, in the quarterfinals. Good performance from him. He definitely made less mistakes than his opponent, but you could say that he could have been a little bit more aggressive. He was passive on a few of the points, was willing to soak up the rallies. And well, for Lakshya Sen, it's much easier appraisal. He has to stop making mistakes. He hasn't made that many, but he's made more than Tze Yong, and that's, especially on those last 2 points of the game, that's cost him a game. If you're going to go for the winner, it's got to count. If you're going to suddenly transition to net, then that has to be absolutely bang on as well. Of course, difficult to play against a player like Tze Yong. You don't want to leave it too high on the net. He's going to come in with a kill. So it's a very thin line just above the net that you have to aim for. Keep it flat over the tape.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So Sen already out on court, ready to go.
Second game.
12-8.
Love all. Play.
Now, Sen's actually playing on the better side of the court. That first return has gone very wide. That's better from both players. Beautiful rally and nice winner to kill it.
Serves over. 1-2.
Very steep from Sen. Great leap from him. That's one thing we have to say about Lakshya Sen. His smash technique is very good. He's not the biggest player, but he makes up for it with a basketball-sized leap.
2.
Definitely worth breaking a smile. For a second, Sen had so much space to aim at that he didn't really know where he was going to put it. Best thing to do in that situation is just tap it, and it worked out for him. 2-all. That winner is...
Tze Yong challenges called in.
I think he's going to be lucky if that works. That looked pinpoint precise from Lakshya Sen. Absolutely right in the middle of the line.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 3-2. Play.
So, early lead for Sen as Tze Yong powers it into the net. It's gone wrong.
Over 3-4.
That interception by Tze Yong didn't pay off for him at all. He's still caught in the rally, but credit for trying. Oh, that's wide.
Service over 5-3.
It's unlucky there, Tze Yong. He had a good control on that point.
Thank you. Five, 3. Six over. Sorry, 6-3.
Good to stand his ground at the net, Lakshya Sen. He's not phased in any way by the prowess of Tze Yong. That is way too deep.
Service over 4-6.
And wide. All that good work at the net undone by a service error. That's in.
Service over 7-4.
So an important 3-point lead as we gradually approach that mid-game interval in the second game. Sen playing a much more compact game from that side of the court. That's been called in. Solid stuff. Wow, what a winner.
5-8.
One of those shots that really just makes everything stand still. Uncontested. Beautifully weighted.
Service over 9-5.
And Sen replies with one of his own. beautifully played by Lakshya Sen.
10-5.
A little bit of deception there as he moved forward. Wrong foot, Tze Yong going the other way. And that was an important point for him to win. This is solid stuff from him in the second game. And again, a strong, confident start to the second game, and he's in 11-5 up. Of course, as we watch that point again, let's not forget both these players. As I said, they haven't had the best start to 2023, and they need to get started in 2023 because it's a very special year. Let's not forget Paris Olympic 2024 qualification. The period starts May 23 this year to April 24 next year. And any player that wants to make it to Paris is going to have to perform well in that period. 15 medals distributed across 5 events in Paris. Just as a fun fact, it's actually China that's the most successful NOC at the Olympics. 47 medals, 20 golds, and Indonesia second with 21 medals. In total, 172 places across all the 5 disciplines. Lots to play for. On to the second part of this second game. That's good power from him.
12-5.
Sen's has come out much more confidently in this second game, and he's really forcing Tze Yong into the passive pattern of play. That's wide.
Service over, 6-12.
And for all that effort, he's rewarded with a 6-point lead, biggest we've seen from either of these players in this match so far. And a service error to make that 7.
13-6.
Looking good to force a third and deciding game for a spot in the quarterfinals. That was great recovery from Sen.
7-13.
Picked it up so low and still managed to keep it just grazing the top of the net. Sadly, couldn't finish it up. 7-13. Complete misread from Tze Yong. You'd have to say he needed that point.
Thank you.
Well, I guess it wasn't a full misread. I guess it was trying to block it back. Could have been the lights. Much better movement in that point as well from Lakshya Sen. You could see him tracking back, getting into the ideal position. In all racket sports, it really is the unseen factor. A lot of people don't realize exactly how important it is just to be in the right place.
16-7.
However talented your wrist may be in making shots, your body needs to be there, and that was good movement from Lakshya Sen. Deserving of this lead. And again,
17-7.
running away with the second game. Tze Yong himself has had quite the run over the last year. Quarter-finalists at the
17.
Indo Masters this exact tournament last year, so this wouldn't be the first quarter-final if he can get there. Quarter-finalists at the Singapore Open, silver medalist at the Commonwealth Games, of course. Quarter-finalist in Korea as well.
Serves over.
Oh, that was
18-8.
Ambitious backhand cross-court. Well, I think it's safe to say that Lakshya Sen, even with a couple of mistakes on him, if he makes them, and he hasn't made any, in these last 10 points, he's been absolutely rock solid. I think it's safe to say that he should be taking this second game.
20, game point, 8.
So 12 game points to level up the game score. And well-deserved, must be added. It's really tightened up his game.
Game.
So 21-8.
Second game, won by Lakshya Sen, 21-8. One game over.
35 minutes on court so far. And a decider here for a spot in the quarterfinals. Now, the real question is going to be, as they change ends, as to whether he can replicate that performance again on this side of the court. It's been very different. His performance has literally no unforced errors in those last 10 points. As for Tze Yong, well, he wasn't really in any position to attack in that game. The pressure was just coming in continuously from Lakshya Sen, so he really has to work on interceptions, try and disrupt that pattern. He didn't really make any unforced errors, all of them essentially forced.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
I said it was going to be an intriguing matchup, and it is. One game apiece. And this final game, we'll see one of them taking on one of the home favorite Indonesian men's singles shuttlers in the quarterfinals, and that will be a loud affair right here, I can tell you.
Play.
That's much better from Tze Yong, just punctuating these rallies with a bit of power.
Serves over, 1 block.
It's well played. Well left.
Serves over, 1-4. Steps
like
over.
it.
2.
Hammering home the winner. First one, then the second. Using his height well, he has the height advantage. And that's a good way for him to win points.
Steps over. 2-0.
Well, he was on the floor, and Tze Yong knew it.
3-2.
You don't get much more space than this. Just had to make sure, and he did.
Thank you.
And unsurprisingly, full wipe down on that right side of the court. So 3-2. Oh, wonderful shot.
Tze Yong challenges scored out.
He might be wrong, but still the technique of that shot was brilliant. Got up really high, picked his spot, and if he is out, it's not going to be by much. Oh, he's in.
Correction, in.
And that just caps off what was absolutely beautiful winner.
4-2. Play.
So 4-2.
Sets over.
Very nice from Sen. Just
3-4.
making use of that backhand side. That was high. That was the kill. And again, great to move forward. Wonderful stuff. What great placement. Such a difficult area to defend, just on the inside. There you go, you can see he was trying, but just an odd hand movement to try and get your racket into the right position. That's long.
5-4.
So Sen has managed to cut down that lead. Now he's going to try and expand upon it.
Steps over. 5-4.
So once again, Sen on this side of the court that's not too favorable for him, and the errors are coming. But to be honest, these errors are not due to any kind of drift. At the net, it's more just leaving them a bit weak. Still not in any critical situation, or 5-all in the decider. Altogether, in the last 2 games, this game and the 21-8, both players have tightened up very nicely. It's come down to who's the more aggressive, and that's definitely been Lakshya Sen. He's taking more chances, trying to play riskier winners.
Six over, 6-0.
That's very wide.
Six over, 7-6. Six over, 7-4.
Tried to take that behind him. That's never going to work. Such a late decision by Sen, and really the probability of that shot just decreases so much when you respond this late. Very hard a skill to leave things at the baseline. It's a great cut shot by Tze Yong. Wow, that was a great rally from both players. Sen finishes off the point down the line. But another developed rally with some beautiful play into the front court from both sides. Now, this is all going to come down to who wants this more at 8-all. Both of them are playing well enough. Tightened up their games over the 2.5 games that we've seen. Both pushing for winners. Sen looking for the corners and Tze Yong looking to drop it into the front court. And then the power comes in. And that's what I was talking about, timing. Just find your spot in the middle of the rally. Pick off the weak return that's too high. And then sting. Great shot. That might be wide. It is.
Service over. 9-all.
Tze Yong trying to push that shot too much. But good to see him adding that pressure. Again, more planned by Sen, and he now is looking like the man that's going to go in ahead at the third and final mid-game interval. Pounced on that well, moved again into the right position.
Thank you.
Set Tze Yong up on the right, and rushed in and killed it to the left.
Ten. 9. 11-9 interval. Change ends.
So 11-9, and now Sen will be going. So that was actually a very good performance from him on that side of the court. And he should be nicely set up here. Hasn't got the greatest of leads, but based on his performance on the other side of the court, the second game, he might be very happy. It's been high quality stuff though from both of them. And my personal opinion, I wouldn't mind seeing either of them in the quarterfinals.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
But
Court
just as I was
20
saying
seconds.
about the men's doubles earlier, the men's singles category also very, very competitive these days.
Court.
In fact, the badminton fraternity is quite gifted with the crop of players out right now. Some youth experience, all-out champions in Axelsen and Yamaguchi, both in men's and women's singles. And then after that, a good 5 or 6 players that can threaten. Of course, Victor Axelsen
11-9.
withdrew from this tournament after a very heavy couple of weeks. It saw him win in Malaysia and, of course, be in the final in India. And that's while, of course, his presence is always going to be missed.
Tze Yong challenges scored in.
While a challenge is called here, it does mean that it gives a chance to some of these other players to rise up and see who can make the final. Oh, is that in? No, it's not. It's out, but just by millimeters.
Service over. 10-11.
Well, that worked out very well for Tze Yong. Sen definitely just, oh, that's great. So much more comfortable on that side of the court. Just really opening up his shots. I think he may have actually finished that point with a broken string.
10.
Certainly looks like that drift is blowing up your screen. As both Tze Yong and Sen found it just a lot more comfortable on that top side of the court. Hit a bit more freely, a bit more pace in it. And
13-10.
if he is going to keep playing like this, then it is going to go to ranking, and the world number 12 should come out on top. 3-point lead, looking good so far. Oh, that's wonderful. Just the right weighting on it.
14-10.
Tze Yong's going to have to watch himself here. Full power Sen coming at him. 4 points up. Deciding game. He's going to need to pick it up himself here. That's wide.
Service over 11-14.
This is his chance. Difficult shot to return.
15-11.
Very difficult shot played behind him. Oh, this is looking ominous for Tze Yong now. That was a very good.
Service over 12-15.
Great shot from Tze Yong. Good enough to be a winner, but Sen manages to get a racket head on it, and it's the forced error.
Players on court. Twelve, 15. Service over.
Well played.
16-12.
Another one of those very well planned points by Lakshya Sen. Just set up Tze Yong in the part of the court that he wanted.
Thank you.
And it's all about just controlling that winner.
Thank you.
That's the setup, and that's the kill.
16-12.
Quick, efficient. Good way to keep those points coming. That's uncharacteristic drop shot mistake at a key time for Tze Yong. And now it is looking more and more like Lakshya Sen. He's going to snatch this. Well, not with errors like that.
13-17.
That he's very close now on that level. So definitely not the last chance saloon for Tze Yong, but very close to it. Can't allow Sen to score any more points here. Once you get up to 18, 19, psychologically you feel you're so close, and that can go one of two ways. But for these top players, it's usually the positive side of it. They don't get into a state of complacency. They go even harder, try and go for the kill. Oh, this has been great from Tze Yong. Just putting pressure on at just the right time. Great winner from Sen, and an important one at that. And so, 3 match points for Lakshya Sen, who in these last 2 games, you have to say, has looked good for it. And Tze Yong has tried his best, and it's gone long, and he's through to the quarterfinals, and he's happy about it as well. 21-17 in a match that took just over an hour, in fact, exactly an hour. But really quite impressive stuff from both players. And it's the first quarterfinal of the year for Lakshya Sen. And I wonder, with the absence of Victor Axelsen, if he's actually going to try and push for the final, maybe even the title itself. So up next for him, as I said, an Indonesian home favorite, either Christie or Rustavito. That will be his next test here at the Istora Senayan. That's confirmation of it. 19-21, 21-8, 21-17, Lakshya Sen through to the quarterfinals. So play continuing here on court 1. And it's Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida up next to the women's doubles against Liu Shengshu and Zhang Shu Xian. And here's the draw for the women's doubles. You can see Matsuyama and Shida against Liu. They'll be playing Tan and Xia, who came through in 3 games.